Hi, I'm Josh Stutterelli, Senior District Infrastructure Manager with the Calgary Municipal Land Corporation. Some of the outdoor design features that we have in the plaza are really remarkable. So we have nearly 100,000 square feet of space out there, of which 20,000 square feet is grass and other natural landscaping. The plaza and the track area are complemented by intuitive wayfinding, which really leads to help people move and meander throughout the area without having to throw up a litany of signage. It makes it also really easy for the accessible community to sort of navigate and traverse through the CNE district and through and around BMO Centre rather than having obstacles within their way. The real success of the project was through the esteemed design team that we had, which is known as SPS, which is Stantec, Populous, and S2. And specifically for the landscape, we had O2 Landscape and Design helping us out.
So this plaza, how can we start to create something, not just for convention goers, but for the residents of Calgary to feel like they have something to participate with as well? Adam Pollard with Populous Architect. And for this project, I was the lead project designer. We were really focusing on, what is the future of public space? What is the future of Stampede Park? This is the first project on Park that is going to, really define how people use the space for, 10, 20, 30 years. Being able to give people a healthy escape from their day-to-day life in a conference, to go outside and have a place to experience Calgary nature, go grab something from the market, go walk outside and eat their lunch. Those types of things historically never found their way in convention centers. And so if you look at the BMO Centre in its entirety, there's a variety of these experiences, and I think the plaza is just one of those things that really offers something different. When we did some of our early workshops with some meeting planners from around North America, they focused on the plaza almost immediately and said, I want to bring guests to Calgary, and I want them to see community members interacting with the building and how that can support a really dynamic district.
I'm Matt Williams. I'm a principal landscape architect with O2 Planning and Design. We designed the plaza and public realm for the BMO expansion project. Calgary Stampede's got such a great history, and that history is really born from this place. 100 years ago when the first Stampede happened. And so we wanted to take that history and that nostalgia, and we wanted to marry that with a vision for the future and where the culture and entertainment district is going and what this place will evolve to become. Bringing those two together, get this sense of awe in people, this wonder, this joyfulness, and really just elevate the quality of their day in the end.
My name is Greg Newton, General Manager, BMO Centre and Stampede Park Events. In designing the plaza for the BMO Centre, we really thought about how people would gather. We thought about how people want to commemorate not only the past, but also the future. But it's also important that people come together, gather. That's both inside the building and outside the building. And we want people to have special moments, whether that's a picnic on the lawn or maybe a movie night in the summer, but also just celebrating education both indoors and out. And the plaza is going to be a place to make memories.
Having a dog relief area for the accessible users of the building. It's going to have a tremendous amount of landscaping, trees, shrubbery, things that are going to bring the green into this part of the CNE district and the BMO Centre itself. We'll really give Calgary Stampede the opportunity to have a whole different kind of event and a whole different kind of festival.
So the track is this feature that really shapes this space. It connects people from 17th Avenue to the station, into the plaza, and to the convention center itself. So it's drawn from inspiration from the barrel races and the way that the infield is groomed through those barrel races as sort of a guide, a wayfinding element for people to experience the place.
When you look at a lasso, there's a Honda, and that's the knot of the lasso. And, the lasso is spinning kind of chaotically, but the Honda is this very controlled thing in the middle of the sequence. And so we use that as the design inspiration to create the fluidity, the Honda of the knot to create the fluidity of the building.
So it shapes the spaces, but it's also this great conduit for activity and life throughout the plaza and all throughout the public realm. So with the landscape, we really wanted to bring nature into this space. We wanted to grab elements from the foothills, from the prairies, from the mountains, and bring them in for the visitors to be able to get this image and picture of what it's like to be in Alberta. So we have thousands of plants in this space. We have over 50 species of perennials, forbs, trees, and shrubs. Things like prairie crocus and fireweed, aspens and larches, drawn from this beautiful Alberta landscape. And we thought about the seasonality of the planting as well. So you'll be able to experience the gold larches and gold aspens in the fall. We'll have this beautiful dogwoods with their red twigs in the wintertime. So we wanted to really get that experience of seasonality and what it's like to be in Alberta throughout the year in this space. So the Great Lawn is this wonderful space in the middle of the plaza. The plaza is really shaped around it, and it's there to be the place where events and performances can happen. But it's also this place where you can just find a piece of lawn and relax. You can bring a picnic. Have this nice, beautiful moment of respite.
Surrounding that, we look at where the corral would have sat and potentially center ice, and surrounded that area with commemorative red chairs, a flashback for so many people. For many of us that would have traveled through the Plus 15 from the LRT station to the Saddle Dome, we for a long time had a parade of posters. In taking down that Plus 15, we wanted to make sure we still commemorated very important stampedes for us. These will be embedded in the concrete so you can find your favorite poster. A very important piece for us is the Spirit of Water art piece by Jerry Judah. It recognizes that we sit at the confluence of two really important rivers that have shaped our history over time. Putting this iconic piece of art in such a prominent location allows you to find your way on Stampede Park.
The design process was one of the most amazing processes that I've gone through in my career. We had so much fun. The team with Calgary Stampede, CMLC, Populous S2, and Stantec, and everybody else that got involved in the process was just an incredible group of people to work with. And all of us rolled up our sleeves and designed a space that we felt was the right space for this.
Yeah, I'm most excited to sort of see how Calgarians are going to use this space now that the BMO Centre and the Calgary Stampede is open up to Calgarians with the 17th Ave extension, how they're going to use that space on a every other day except 10 days a year. Really excited to see how Calgarians can embrace the lawn, how they embrace the public art, how they embrace the track, and how they really find new and creative ways that we haven't seen before to sort of embrace Calgary Stampede and the various other events that we have all year round.